Hey guys, today we have another episode of Ask Saygin, and I would like to show you something which is really interesting. If you look at this in the background, you'll see construction, and in the back you'll see the ready-made things. So actually this reminds me a lot, and yes, it is loud, it is dirty, but this reminds me a lot of a startup. Actually, a lot of busyness, a lot of dirt around, in an environment of big players. Ready, not flexible, they're just there. Well, here, there's something new getting started. I think this is a perfect picture. If I actually had to picture a startup in an environment of in a big market, an environment with a lot of big incumbents, big players, this is how it looks, right? Loud, dirty, busy, and that's how building a startup actually would be in one picture. Now, you have asked me several questions. I'm gonna go through some of them because, I mean, there are thousands, but I'm gonna go one by one and try to answer as many as possible. One of our friends asked, he's into accounting and finance and actually is a very risk-averse person. He asked about building a startup where he has no passion for. Now that is something which I would not recommend. I would say if you're not passionate about that business, then just become probably a passive investor rather than actually doing it yourself, because without passion, you're very unlikely to succeed. Another one of our heroes asked where he could get a £250,000 loan for a house. I mean, this is something you definitely should get from a bank because they are very specialized on that, or from maybe a person who really trusts you, but I would believe the bank is the best option. Next, my idea is to build a private lottery, my friend here says. And I would say you would probably fail at the regulatory showstoppers question, because most of the lotteries are actually state-owned or they're illegal in many countries. So check that first before you go further. Do we need all the licenses, approvals and business registrations to pitch an idea to a potential investor? Well, it really depends on which investor you're talking to. If you're talking to someone who's specializing on greenfield or really seed investments where he invests into an idea, if you can prove that this business is legal and you will get the approvals required, then you probably not need to show that. But if you ask for an investment for a running business, then probably that is something you will end up being asked during due diligence processes, because you need to have a legal business which is running. What does it take to be a successful person like you? Well, first of all, success is always relative, so you should actually define it for yourself. I suggest you check out this video right here, where I actually talk about building an empire, and it's a full speech, so check it out. Next, another question is if you really need that specific skill set when you want to start a business in a specific industry. Now, I believe you mean if you, for example, need to be an expert in that industry to start a business in that industry. I suggest that this should not be one of your stoppers. I mean, you can become an expert in any industry within 6 months. So I believe, and out of my experience, I was never an expert in fashion, I was never an expert in automotive, but I have built businesses in that which were quite successful. So what I suggest is you really educate yourself a lot in this industry and you can become an expert, so it should not stop you. So one of our friends actually asked a question in Spanish. He says, ¿Cómo puedo conseguir el capital para comenzar una empresa? That actually means, well, you should check this video and you'll get the answer right there. Guys, you might remember I had purchased products from young adults with special needs from the SNF Development Center. And there are so many which I thought we can actually help them further. So I have created a shop on startuphero.com where you can participate as well, and all the profits will again go to them and actually help them even further. So if you want to participate, just go ahead and check out this link right here, and you can see what they have actually produced. I really love them, and let's continue to help them on a regular basis. And while you're on that site, you should check out the community where we actually discuss business ideas, and you can register there. Thousands of us have actually registered, and we are actually exchanging business ideas, giving each other feedback. Just check it out here, startuphero.com/discuss, and I'll see you there. I'll try to answer as much as possible.